What's up, everybody? It's Kelsee Briana J here with a review and demo using the new Royal and Langnickel brushes that they sent me. I have them stored in this little cute container, which is also by them, that I picked up at IMATS, and that's what really started it all. When I went to IMATS, I tried out their brushes and I fell deeply in love. We linked up and we have been tight ever since, so I love Royal and Langnickel, so I'm excited to be doing this video today with you guys. I don't want to blind you guys, but they actually sent me these brushes, like I said, and it came in this really pretty gold foiled box. I'm gonna go ahead and set that to the side because I don't want to blind you guys, because that thing is blinging. So I have all of the brushes from their new line, which is called the Omnia Professional line, which Royal and Langnickel, they have been in the game for a long time. They are not new to brush making. They are brush artisans. They come through with quality, and their brush prices are absolutely magnificent because they are very affordable, but it does not compromise the brush's integrity. So these brushes do have synthetic fibers, and per their website, it says that these have 100% Omnilux filaments, a revolutionary new vegan synthetic hair produced using patented nanotechnology, where each hair filament is manipulated at the molecular level to be superior to natural hair. Okay, so those are very big claims. You guys know that we are going to be testing each one of these brushes out today. I used pretty much all of these brushes with the exception of 4, but I definitely overview all of them to give you guys ideas about how to use them, because we're going to be creating this look using these products. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing a few lists with you guys where I talk about which brushes you need if you're starting your makeup collection, which brushes are the most unique, and which ones are my favorites out of all of them. So stay tuned for that. So thanks again, Royal and Langnickel. I will have links for all of these brushes down in the description box. If you guys shop through my links, they are affiliate links, so I do get a small commission. So let's go ahead and hop into it. That way you guys can see all of these brushes in action. I will show you all how to use them. So I hope that you all enjoy. So let's do some foundation. For my foundation, I'm going to use the Chanel Ultra Le Tint and apply like 2 squirts. So on the right side, I'm going to use the 142, and on the left side, I'm going to use the 141. For the 142, it says this elite extra large foundation brush features dense filaments with a curved edge for a buildable medium to full coverage finish. Let's go ahead and use it. So I'm just going to pack my foundation on, kind of go back and forth between the pressing and swiping. Not a whole lot of swiping, more pressing than anything to give more coverage. I love how stiff this brush is, but yet it's bendable at the same time. Let me take off my earring. So it's going to allow you to move with the curvature of your face. So I'm here for it. So with what I have left over, I'm going to use the BOM 141. And for this brush, it says symmetrical bristles flare out into a flat top to create the perfect surface for buffing foundation into the skin, leaving a smooth satin finish. I have more product here. I'm just going to get it on this brush and buff it out, almost using a polishing method. I think I need a little bit more foundation, not a full pump, maybe like half a pump. And I'm just gonna build this up on the areas where I need a little bit more coverage. So my foundation applied really nicely on both sides. So now I'm gonna apply my concealer. This is the Armani Power Fabric Concealer. And I'm going to blend it out using the 448 brush. And this brush says that it is a dynamic brush that can blend color on lids, add blush or highlight to the cheeks, and contour with precision. So I'm going to go ahead and blend out my concealer, honey, because she's going to dry. Ugh. Like the description says, it is a multi-purposeful brush. To set my concealer, I'm going to use this brush. This is the 265. And for the description of this brush, it says to apply a concentrated, dazzling highlight to the face for a radiant look. So I actually am going to use this brush for a highlight too, but I also want to use it to set my under eyes. So I'm just going to dip right into my powder. Today I'm using the Huda Beauty powder. And I am going to press this powder in underneath my eyes. So To set my entire face, I'm going to use the 180 brush. It says this medium density dome shaped brush meticulously blends complexion makeup all over the face. So I could have absolutely used this to apply my foundation, which I probably will in the future. But I'm going to use this to pack on my setting powder, which is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. And you can just use this to buff it out. So now I'm going to go in with the 130 brush, and it says this long round brush tapers into a pointed tip to apply powder products with expert precision. I've mentioned a few times on my channel that a pointed powder brush is my favorite type of powder brush, just because you can use this to set all over the face, but it also has that pointed tip where you can be super precise, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply my bronzer with this. This is the Guerlain Terracotta Bronzer. So I'm just going to dust this on my cheekbones. Let me move my hat. Give me some of that color back, honey, because I get pale. Beautiful, beautiful. And this brush applied it like a champ. It gave that perfect blend without it being harsh and without it using too much of my products. It just applied it right in that specified manner. Now for my highlight, I'm going back into the 265 brush, the brush that I used to set my under eye. And I'm gonna go into this one. This one is the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette. And I'm just gonna take that first color and apply that on the high planes of my cheeks. And because this brush is a synthetic brush, it's going to apply it in a more dramatic manner. So for those of you all who are looking for a brush to really make that highlight pop and be precise with it, this is a good one. I want to do blush, but I'm going to wait and see what I do with my eyes first before I pick a blush color. So now let's move on to the eye area. But first I need to do my brows. So for my brows, I'm going to use the 490 brush. And this says that this brush is ideal for creating clean, precise lines. This small sized brush features a narrow angled edge, and I'm just gonna go right on the lower part first. Just fill it in. This brush is really nice and precise. It has give without it being too flimsy, which can kind of ruin your brows. I want to apply some concealer to clean it up. I have 3 choices of brushes that I could use here. The first one is the 225 brush, and it says that this brush conceals imperfections with a targeted precision. And then I have 2 brushes that are essentially the same, except for one of them is bigger than the other one. The first one is the 230, and it says that this brush is a dynamic brush that allows for meticulous contour and concealer application. And the smaller variation of that brush is the 456, and this one says to instantly define the eyes with liner or shadow using chiseled bristles. I'm gonna go in with the 230 brush in my concealer. I like to use my NARS Soft Matte Concealer to clean up underneath my brows. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that product on this brush and then just go right underneath it to carve and define. Yes, this brush is so straight, but yeah, it has a little bit of fluff to it, so it's gonna help with the blending process. So just very carefully go underneath my brows with this concealer, and then take the flat side of this brush and drag this concealer down to blend it out. Now to blend my eye area and to apply like any bases or paint pods or eye primers, I would definitely use this brush. This is the 460, and it says this brush creates bold definition in the crease and outer corners of the eyes. Use this and blend it on out. I love this brush for blending out eye products. You can absolutely use this brush to contour the nose or even apply highlight if you want to, but it's gonna apply that highlight really intensely. So now I'm gonna go in with a blending brush. This is a traditional eyeshadow blending brush. This one is the 430, and it says blend shadows gently into the crease for added definition. So let's do it. I'm gonna go in with the Sydney Grace Autumn's Rain palette for my eyeshadow today. So I'm gonna go in first with this brush in the color Nature's Crown, and I am going to apply this in the crease. So this brush is very soft, very fluffy. Now I'm going to take the same brush in the color Golden Wheat. So this brush is picking up the color very nicely. So now I'm going to use the 416 brush to pack on color on the lid. So it says this brush is perfect for adding finishing touches or applying shadow along the lash line. add glitter, shimmers, or gloss on top of shadows, or highlight the inner corner of the eye. They also have a more compacted brush that you can use to pack on color, but this brush is a little bit shorter, and I know for me, I have a larger lid. It'll take me longer to use this one, but if you have a smaller lid and you want a brush to pack on color, I think this one will be good. This one is the 402. For the 402, it says to use this to smoke out the upper and lower lash lines with these extra short bristles. The small shape provides concentrated color. So for my eye shape, I absolutely would use this as a definer brush, but they also have a few more definer brushes that I have my eyes on. So I'm gonna take the color Magnificent Chestnut with the 416. And I just want that all over the lid, and I'm gonna bring it up towards the crease. This is gonna be just a super simple eye look today. I got a little bit of fallout, but I'm gonna take this very floppy brush. This is the BOM 100 brush. So for this brush, it says that it is a deluxe paddle shaped brush with delicate round tips to luxuriously powder the face and body. So this brush is huge. So this is like the perfect dusting brush for fallout, because it's not going to blend it in the face because it's so floppy. It's just going to dust it away. So for the inner tear duct color and for the lower lash line, there's a few different options in this brush line. The first one is a pencil brush. This one is the 420 brush, and for this brush it says intensify your look by lightly smudging liner and shadows with the tapered tip. And we have the 435, which is a super small pencil brush. It says that the expertly tapered bristles on this small brush allow for the flawless detailing smudging at the lash line. So I'm gonna use both of these brushes. This one is the 435 and this one is the 420. So I'm gonna go in with the 435 first. And I'm gonna take the color Golden Septor and very carefully pop that on the inner corner, and then blend it over, and then also bring that down on the lower inner corner. And I'm gonna go back with the 420 brush and the color Golden Wheat, and I am just going to apply that. Ooh, that picks up a lot. I'm just going to apply that smoked out on the lower lash line. So go back and forth carefully to blend and diffuse this color. I'm gonna take a gel eyeliner. This one is Low Lights by MAC and the 485 brush. It says to flawlessly line the eyes with the tapered tip, which allows for the total application control. This is a thicker liner brush, so just be very careful. I'm gonna take the tip of this brush and just rim my top lash line. I don't want a lot of eyeliner anyways. I just want something to add definition. So I'm just gonna keep it right here on the outer corner. So this is a mascara fan brush, and I have used a brush like this probably twice in my life. I saw this when I was younger because my great grandmom actually used to use a brush like this to apply her mascara. She had mascara in a container. It was like cake mascara, and it was like you added water to it and then you applied it to your lashes like this. It was really cool. You really don't see anything like that these days. So I'm gonna just try it with the regular mascara. So I have my mascara wand here, and I am just going to spread this out on this brush and then use it to apply this mascara individually and see what we get. So I'm just fanning it on the tops, and then I'm gonna take it on the other side and coat that side as well. So now I'm going to go back in with the 601 lip brush. The small round shape of this brush allows for the perfect lip application as well. For my lips, I'm just going to use a Chanel gloss, and I'm going to go straight in with the brush to the gloss applicator. Now this could be very helpful for those of you guys who are makeup artists and you don't want to actually apply your lip products on another person, or if you're not a makeup artist and you just do your own makeup. This will be good to be more precise with your lip application. So I just put some gloss on the brush and I'm just brushing it on. Very small, very sturdy. So now the last thing that I'm gonna do is my cheeks, and I'm gonna use this brush. This is the 110 brush, and this one also is a floppier brush, but it is thin, so it's not as floppy as some of the others. This one says achieve a soft contour or subtle flush of color on the apples of the cheeks. I'm gonna take a MAC blush in the color Naturally Flawless, pick some up on the brush, and I love brushes like this to apply my cheek colors. So this is the finished look using these brushes. So I used all the brushes with the exception of 4, but I definitely could have used these. It's just I had so many others. But let me go ahead and give you the overview of the 4 that I didn't use. The BOM 400, which it says to pat and sweep products evenly over the entire lid with this large paddle style brush. I did not use the 225, and this is a foundation brush. It says that this large foundation brush has a straight edge for super precise application of cream or liquid product. I would absolutely use this brush to apply my facial mask. The 195 brush, which is this large fan brush, it says bronze the face delicately or brush off excess powder with this deluxe sized fan brush. So you can get your fallout life together. You can use a little bit of bronzer. Some people like these brushes for a highlight, but it's all up to you and how you use your brushes. And lastly, this stippling brush. And this brush is a small duo fiber style brush that stipples powder, cream, or liquid products for a light, airy finish into targeted areas of the face. But you could absolutely use this for blush. You can use this to set all over with your powder. You can use it for bronzer. Like, this is probably the most versatile brush. So I overviewed all the brushes, but I want to give you guys some lists in case you are overwhelmed with the amount of brushes, just to give you guys an idea of where to start. So I picked out 5 brushes that I think are essential starter brushes. So if you were starting your brush collection from zilch, you didn't really have a lot of brushes and you're like, where should I start? These are the 5 that I think you should go with. The first one is the BOM 130 brush, and you can use this brush in a variety of ways. You need a good all over face powder brush, and I feel like this one is super essential for that. Next, the BOM 141 brush. This is a good one for foundation. Everybody needs a really good foundation brush. The BOM 110, just because it's super versatile. You can do your entire cheek area with this one brush alone. The BOM 430 for blending, and the BOM 416 for packing. And this is where I think you should start if you're only going to get 5 brushes and you don't have a lot in your collection. Next, I picked out the 5 most unique brushes out of this launch. I don't have any brushes like this in my collection at all. The first one is a BOM 142. This is a foundation brush. It's a thicker brush, and then with the shape of it, you really just don't see brushes like this every day. So I think that this one was really cool, and I like the way that it applied my foundation. The 460 brush, I loved this to blend out my eye. I love how it is a compacted brush, but yet it's angled at the same time. So this brush is really dope. The 525, the mascara fan brush. Plus, this is something that we really don't do in today's makeup era. So it's really cool that they brought this out. The 230 brush that I use to clean up underneath my brows. Now, I've seen brushes like this that are smaller, but I've really not seen any that are this size. So that's what makes this one unique. And the BOM 180 brush. And I really don't see these type brushes too often. And you can use this brush for your powder and your foundation. So I really like this one. And again, this one is super unique. And so lastly, I picked out my 5 favorites out of all of them. Now, they all are good, but if I just had to pick 5, which I limited myself to do, these are the 5 that I'm picking. First, I have the 435 super small pencil brush. It allowed me to really get in that area, apply my eyeshadow in a detailed manner, and I didn't get any of it in my eyes. So this is essential for people who have sensitive eyes, smaller eyes, or if you just want to do precision work. I really like this one. Again, with the 460, I love the shape of it, and I love how it blended out my cream eye products. The 110, I love this brush because it's super versatile, and like I said, you can do your entire cheek area with this brush. You can even set your entire face with this brush if you wanted to. The 180 brush, just because I love a very compact domes type brush. It almost gives me kabuki vibes. It just gives a very airbrushed finish, so I'm here for it. And lastly, the 130 brush, just because I love a teardropped powder brush, period. I love the domed point. I love how soft it is. All of these brushes are super soft. This one is just heavenly, just because I know what all I'm gonna do with this brush. All of the brushes allow me to create a very beautiful makeup application, and I am here for them. I think that these are such great quality. The bristles of the makeup brushes are super soft. I've used them several times and they've held up their shape. Very nice brushes, very affordable on top of that, and they just apply products beautifully, so I love them. I think Royal and Langnickel did a fantastic job. I will have links for all these brushes down in the description box, as well as a code for you guys to save additional money. Let me know if you all are interested in any of them down in the comment section. I will check you guys in my very next video, which will be super soon. Smooches! Bye!